Vine was listening to her favorite song while driving a car going back home after her work. She had bought a few black roses for her husband after she saw a lady selling them at the end of the road. Getting excited to meet him, she started to sing along the song. Vine and Jungkook were married for 5 months now. Before, they were in a relationship for 3 years. Her husband was a mafia, the word dreaded. She was scared of him as well, but as the time passed, he proved it to her that she was his lifeline. She stopped the car by the side when she found a big crowd circling around something. An ambulance came just in time and people made the way for it. As people moved away, she saw there was a car in a very bad shape, a lot of blood on the ground, and a man looking like he was taking his last breaths. He was bleeding severely, while his body was shaking miserably in pain and his eyes seemed dead. It was such a traumatic sight, one instantly closed her eyes and looked away. Her hands started to shake, and she had a take a lot of time to recover from that sight. Once she reached home, she was feeling slightly better. She took the flowers from the back seat and went inside, handing the car keys to a guard. She went straight to her room, and the scent of her husband had already given her the message that he was home. It brought her to relief. His presence was enough to make her feel safe and protected. Once she opened the door, she, however, was met by a strange smell of medicine and antiseptic. She found her husband standing by the dresser using his phone. He had a tense expression. There was a box of first aid nearby, and when he turned towards her, she saw blood, a lot of blood on his shirt. She gasped and the flowers fell off her hands as she ran towards him. Ryan, what happened? Are you hurt? She yelled when the flashback of the dying man appeared before her eyes. Jungkook, it's just a little injury. I'm fine. Ryan moved his shirt away and panicked even more. Ryan, little? It's such a big cut. And why have you not treated it yet? Her breath got uneven as she grabbed the first aid box and started to wipe the blood using cotton. Her hands shook. Jungkook tried to stop her, but she only moved herself out of his grip, continuing her work. Jungkook, Wine, what's wrong? Are you okay? I'm fine, look at me. Wine, no, no, you're not. She grabbed the bandage next, and the way her hands shook, she couldn't even hold it. Jungkook, come here, leave it. Come sit here. He held her and made her sit. Wine, no, treat it first. Please treat it. She raised her voice, her breaths getting uneven, sweat forming all over her body, and tears started to well up in her eyes. She felt such great pain in her throat like someone was choking her in their deadly grip. Jungkook quickly treated himself and threw the things out of the sight. Jungkook, you're not okay. Look at me. What happened to you? He cupped her cheeks, forcing her to look at him. Ryan, you know how much I hate seeing you hurt. Why do you have to be involved in such dangerous activities? Jungkook, I'm sorry. I'll be careful from now on. He pulled her in his embrace. Jungkook, you're getting a panic attack. Breathe with me. Take a deep breath. Now, exhale. Ryan tried to follow him, listened to his voice, and breathed according to his commands. As he slowly pulled her out of his darkness, and the monster choking the light out of her slowly left. It all happened so quickly, one was sure she missed half of the in between. But as the two sat there, while she followed his soothing commands, it took a whole eternity, which felt so peaceful, loving, and warm. Ryan, I am better now. He pulled back and kissed her head. Jungkook, I'm sorry for worrying you like this. I didn't know you were returning early today. Ryan, I got free early. Please, I don't want you hurt, whether I know or not. Jungkook, I promise. I'll be careful now, okay? That's right, my loyalness. He kissed her head again when she nodded. Ryan, I saw a car accident on the way back. I think that's why I got that much scared. Jungkook, I'll make sure you forget it all. You trust me, right? She nodded and he looked at the abandoned roses by the doorstep. Jungkook, you brought them for me? Ryan, oh yes. Why are they on the floor? She mumbled, rushing to pick them up. As she did, she hugged them and walked over to him. Ryan, I'm sorry. Will you still accept them? The way she extended the flowers towards him with such cuteness, it melted his heart. He accepted the roses and pulled her on his lap. Jungkook, I only accept them with their honor. He sniffed the roses, then dug his face in her neck and kissed her there. Ryan, the owner is the old lady I bought them from. You want her? He groaned and she chuckled, accepting his kisses, and gasped when he bit. She hit his chest and he chuckled, pulling away. Jungkook, I love it. Ryan, like I love emptying your wallet. She teased and he made an impressed face. Ryan then wrapped her arms around his neck and held him closer. Ryan, promise me you won't get hurt again. Promise me you'll stay away from anything that is dangerous. And promise me you won't ever hide anything from me. Jungkook, I promise I won't get hurt or hide anything from you. Now tell me you love me. Why? I love you. She kissed him while she smiled in between. His hands provided such warmth to her body, a presence that comforted her soul and her heart. He brought her heart to peace, and her love for him increased with every moment she spent with him, and she knew it was only going to reach the level of infinity.